Hello, visuals, and welcome back to another, probably what's going to be chaotic podcast. Don't worry, Beale. He always looks when we start this and just say, "Am I on camera?" Sorry, we should say it differently. Am I on camera? Beale's here, and it's going to be chaotic because the dog's a pest.
As always.
Beale's covered in fluff. It just doesn't work out. But we're here. You're that one. Oh no, shit! You did the wrong cut, mate. I'm sorry.
Oh, you dickhead.
Sorry, mate. Beale, you're Doctor Strange.
Thank you.
Sorry, mate. It was the order I did it. I went weak coffee, strong. Well, we're back with another podcast. We'll do the first silly one first, so there's nothing to break down or whatever. But I have another fun thing for me and Chris to do. And it's quite good that he's actually here.
Why?
Because that's something for me and you to do. He won't give a flying fuck,
He won't.
and he'll just chuck out
random answers.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's kind of good.
Okay.
But it's a fun thing for me and you to discuss.
Okay.
So, Beale, you're going to be VAR here. So if me and Chris can't get a decision, it's going to be... And you're going to have to look at the monitor. Don't worry, none of this is on film.
You have to look at the monitor.
Yeah, because I've got another fun bracket for me and Chris. It's still that me and Chris do everything from time to time. Usually...
I could get KFC on the way home.
Yeah, you can get KFC.
I'll come with you.
Well, you'll have to. You fucking get
I'm
it.
saying he's giving you a lift home.
I
I can't eat KFCs anymore.
Nice KFC. I'll get a fucking mighty bucket for one me.
How much is on the mighty bucket?
2 hot wings, 2 like chicken fillets, 2 them, I don't know what they're called, like goujons.
I have no idea what a goujon is.
And find some fries. I think the bucket's like £5. But you get quite a lot in it. It's alright. Does you?
It's alright. Does you? Sorry. Does you? Do they have KFC in Australia?
As I say.
As I see it, Australia. Right, no, we've got another bracket for me and Chris to do. And this is one that we haven't done yet, Chris, obviously.
Which one's mine, sorry?
You are Doctor Strange.
Thank you.
What was I going to say?
We haven't done this one before.
Yeah, we have. This was a cool one, Chris, because there's a lot of characters in here that you absolutely love and that I love.
What is it?
It's a bracket, so we're going to determine who is the best of a certain subject or a certain category or whatever.
Okay.
You know how like the World Cup brackets, so like England, Germany, then if whoever wins goes on to the next one to play.
Right.
So it's that, but with fictional characters. And this time, Chris, me and you are going to determine, with the VAR assistance of Beale, who is the greatest fictional leader of all time. Now, you know what I mean by leader, so like the leader of a team, i.e. is in this list Optimus Prime, Captain America, Kirk, he's the leader of the fucking Starship Enterprise. So
Boris.
Boris, wow.
Can I sit on your cooker?
Well, I mean, you can, but it's a bit of a weird place to sit. I mean, the internet's back on, apparently.
The internet's back on.
But, right, so you know what it is. It's we're not going to go for our favourite. It's just who we would, which leader would we follow into battle. In my head, to be fair, I've already got a winner for this, just because they have the best speeches. But you can prove me wrong, in VAR can... this thing. Should we move over here, Beon? You can try and get up next to the plumbus.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Well, we need the referee to be... are you happy? You good?
Yeah.
Thanks. Right. You ready for number one?
Yeah.
In the bracket, we have Rick Grimes.
Right.
Great leader, sometimes a bit of a dictator, but good leader.
Good leader.
Against Batman, who would be the leader of the Bat family. Like Nightwing and Batgirl, blah, 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 so on and so forth. But which one of these two, not going on favourites, would you see as a more sustainable and a better leader that you think you could, ultimately get the job done with? Who would you follow into battle?
It's going to have to be Batman.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I would know.
You started off shit here.
Mate, a lot of these are fucking hard. I'd probably agree with you on Batman as well. Yeah, just quickly. Because Batman's, he's very little losses. Rick is a good leader. Yeah, but we've seen him go off the scale a couple of times.
Yes.
And he's a leader that needs other people as well, if you know what I mean. Like, he could lead, but he needs their all, and he does. Whereas Batman's like, no, listen, this is our job's done. Blah, blah, blah. Batman! Sweet. Right, next up, it's Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
Quite literally Rocket Raccoon and Ant-Man, they say, don't they? You just want to die for the guy. Against Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. Go on, I broke down the last one. You talk about these. If we disagree,
Yeah.
That's when you need to
Who,
sway
I
him.
don't even know who was in there.
It doesn't matter. Usually, that's why I said you just need to say a name. Both got the good qualities.
Both do
Aragon's-
have the good qualities.
Aragon helped lead the Fellowship, then he led Legolas and Gimli into Helm's Deep.
Yeah.
He led the Battle of Helm's Deep.
That's what I mean.
But Captain America, who else would you want to follow to battle from that one man against an entire Thanos army, half a shield, absolutely battered, ready to go, never gives up?
But fucking, whatchamacallit can give is just as good.
Oh, 100%, 100%. But the qualities that, like, Aragon is another one. He led on his own, and everyone was out to follow him. So does Captain America. And the Avengers literally fall in line. He'll be the first one to fight and the last one to go down. This one's a bit of a coin toss for me, especially when I absolutely adore both of them.
Now you think Pokemon.
You think Pokemon? Just follow Pokemon. To be fair, this is one of the ones that I'd be happy just to sort of... I think personally, because of the iconic... I mean, I fucking adore Aragon. No, in fact, to be fair, I'd say Aragon. I think I'm going to say Aragon.
That's who I'm thinking of, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm thinking more Helm's Deep when the wall gets blown up. All the Uruk-hai are coming and he's like, right, fuck it, coming up. And then, yeah, the way he led, the Fellowship and then to the Return of the King. And we'll go Aragon. I am happy with Aragon. I'm just going to put Ara.
Ara.
Right. Next up, we have Professor X, leader of the X-Men, against your man, Captain Kirk. James Kirk.
James Kirk, oh, for fuck's sake. How was that?
What's James Kirk?
Star Trek. Ah!
Do you,
Yeah, but it's James Kirk. Whatever.
do you watch Star Trek?
I love Star Trek.
Do you? I don't think I've ever watched one episode.
No, they're good. No, I prefer the films to the shows. Anyway, I would sway personally straight away. You can correct me because you can bring the Star Trek knowledge better than me. James Kirk does a lot. James T. Kirk does a lot of his leading, but I feel like Spock also makes sure he's nudged in the right way.
He does.
Whereas Professor X is very much on his own, but at the same time, Professor X, he leads in a...
But again, he's got his own little leaders as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, but
He's Captain, and then you've got your fucking... Wolverine,
Yeah.
You've got your fucking...
Yeah, but Wolverine and that wouldn't... He would still make the decision right.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
it would
yeah,
be
yeah.
Professor X and his
It's still
X-Men.
go to Professor X or answers and questions whether they are, but
Yeah.
he'll have his own little gang still. But no, I see what you mean. But, oh, fuck me.
That's why I said the reason why you might have to debate for James on this side is I
I'd be
feel
happy
like...
with either one, to be fair, but I think I more sway towards Charles.
Right, we'll go Charles. I was ready for you to debate me there on your guy, but we'll go Charles then if you're happy for it. Charles, right. We've already mentioned this one. This is a bit... I don't know. I must have mentioned because I knew we were going to be talking about this. Commander Chip Hazard for the small soldiers against a man who, albeit is a fucking idiot, but he still somehow gets the job done, and I don't know how. Captain Jack Sparrow. Yeah, it's a fucking funny old one because think about it, right? Commander Chip Hazard in that film manages to lead his team and the people into making all the other ones, the replicas, and building this big army. You follow Jack Sparrow, it's going to be ups and down and twisty and turny, but ultimately you're going to get the job done and you don't know how.
Yeah, your captain's going to be drunk. What he's just doing is just guessing games, but surprisingly it gets
Works
done.
out, yeah. It's just fucking weird.
Do I want to live in that situation?
He's basically living like winging it in luck, but luck must be on his side. So that's a good quality to be like, hang on a sec, I'll follow you because no matter what happens in life, you seem to come out unscathed. Whereas I guess Commander Chip Hazard eventually leads his team to demise. So I guess maybe I have to say Jack Sparrow, even though it's just luck based.
Yeah, Jack.
We're going to go Jack. Sorry, babe, you've not been needed yet.
That's alright.
Right, this one on two opposing sides. This one is an easy one for me. Optimus Megatron. Them speeches, mate. Them fucking speeches Optimus gives, right? I'm sorry. I don't know if you've seen me putting them up. This is what inspired doing this bracket. Keep putting them over Facebook. Literally about, the Linkin Park's coming in the background. Aren't any more Autobots. And it just... You're a fucking leader. Mate, I'm getting the fucking goosebumps thinking about him. For me, he's going to be a hard motherfucker to beat in this.
Yeah, you can't fucking argue Optimus like.
We say any questions? Megatron?
Oh yeah.
Right, Optimus. Not you, the proper Optimus. This one, Yoda, who was the Grand Master, the leader of the Jedi. Chancellor Palpatine, the Master of the Sith, who ultimately saw the downfall of the Jedi. Because even though the Sith eventually, Palpatine and that get destroyed at the end, he made the Empire and the Death Star and he crushed all the Jedi and shit.
Yoda.
I'm thinking Yoda because he was a great leader.
He is.
But the only thing that puts a negative point on it is he failed to foresee Order 66, which would lead to all the Jedi dying. And then when he went one-on-one with Sidious eventually beat him. So, personally, my favourite's Yoda, but I think I might have to say Palpatine on this just because of he was able to just get rid of all Jedi and get his job done. Listen, you're in for the next round, mate.
No, I'm sticking to Yoda, like.
VAR. Basically, all you need to say is Palpatine or Yoda. It doesn't matter, there's no wrong or right answer.
I'll go Yoda.
Yoda's into the next round. He was thinking about it. It's alright, mate.
I've never heard of Yoda. I've never heard of the other guy. What was his name? Palpatine.
Basically, the Yoda's counterpart in Star Wars. Right, this one's a fucking interesting one because ultimately they both kind of lose, but for a point they were on top. Thanos against Negan. Because remember, before the Saviors got destroyed, the Saviors you were run like a legitimate, sustainable, functional society. Yes, there were blood and guts and whatnot. And Thanos, to his credit, even though he lost in the end, there is a version of Thanos that didn't lose. The one that gets beheaded. He got the job done. He snapped. He brought it back to all equal and stuff. And the same with Negan. He eventually, not necessarily lost, but the Saviors were eventually taken down. So they both had minor losses, but versions of them were absolutely on the pinnacle. Which leader are you following into battle?
I'm following Negan. The little pig, little pig.
Little pig, I'll slip my dick down your throat and you thank me for it.
Oh, the big purple guy that wanted to make peace in the world.
And ultimately achieved his goal. And for a while, until Rick and that come along, Negan achieved his goal.
I'm going to have to go for the big purple bastard.
We'll stick with it. No VAR on this one, mate. And then here we've got, this one's I think is quite cool. What is the matter, mate? So we're used to this. The Green Arrow, the leader of Team Arrow, you know, all of them boys, great leader, against another sort of happy-go-lucky leader, but again gets the job done, Star-Lord, leader of, well, the Guardians.
I am Star. I was watching Dance with the Stars yesterday, and there was a person.
Chris Pratt?
No, they were doing movie week. And
Oh, they dressed up as... Yeah. Oh, right, okay, I thought Chris Pratt was on it. Oliver Queen, who led that team, as you've seen, into a lot of victories.
We did.
Star-Lord always leads
his
team of misfits to victories. This one can be a bit of a coin toss for me.
I'm going to have to go Star-Lord.
Yeah, okay, I'll stick with that. It's fine. I was thinking of a reason why it couldn't be, but
Broke your pen.
There we go. Star. Right.
Star.
We're into the penultimate rounds. We have Aragon against Batman.
Aragon against Batman. Right.
This is where, don't worry, it usually flies at this point because we've already argued for them.
Batman's just a badass who just fucking punches everything and everyone.
Yeah.
Aragon. He's got his bow and arrow, doesn't he?
Mostly, he had a bone up, was mostly sword.
Yeah. It's got to be Batman.
Yeah, Batman's a hard fucking
He
team.
is.
What are you into the semi-finals?
Well, there were the quarter, then we're going to be into the semis. We have Professor X against Jack Sparrow. This is where I think Jack's luck might run out because at least with Charles we have a very smart man with a stupidly powerful power. Well, he can sort of a little bit. Basically, his mind's an absolute unit.
He's very powerful.
Yeah.
That's why it's true.
I think I'd have to go through Professor X. Optimus Yoda. I'm sorry for this one. For me, it's Optimus. Optimus. I can't see Optimus not being in the final. I really can't.
Yeah, if you had a choice between Optimus and Yoda, Optimus, you'd have to go Optimus.
It's like I said. It's them fucking speeches, man. It's literally. And again, I got the quote wrong. It's not Captain America. It's the Transformers.
Who is the bad guy on there?
Transformers again?
Megatron. He went out in the first round. It's Transformers, so they say, where they look at each other, like, you just want to die for the guy. And you're like, you do, like. That leaves us there with Thanos and Star-Lord.
I'd choose
Thanos. Right, Professor X, Batman.
Fuck man, that's a hard one.
It is a hard one.
Battles.
Right, we know either of them are powerful in their own respective rights, but who ultimately, I think a leader,
I think
Batman's.
Charles.
I think Batman's going to outsmart him though. I know Batman is always calculated because he would have studied and judged and prepared for everything Charles chucks at him. Hence why he always beats individual members of the Justice League.
Charles has to do is sit there. Hey, look into my eyes.
No, you're absolutely right.
And then his mind will go.
And that will happen, but what we won't have seen behind the scenes is Batman already thought of a plan for it. Look at when Superman rocks up at his door in the film, and he's sat there ready for it. It's literally my years of reading comics. You can't outmaneuver and outthink Batman.
Yeah, but I don't think you can, Charles. His mind's that powerful.
Well, we see it happen in the. You're all right.
It's that powerful. As we see it in Logan, it's that powerful. It ended up fucking taking over Charles.
No, you're absolutely right. But again, Batman would have prepared for that. He prepares for every scenario, and that's a man I want to lead. Me, but he said Charles. I'm saying Batman. VAR.
I'll go Batman.
Don't fucking panic. Don't be like, I'm going to lose £1 million here. Be man. Thanos Optimus. Thanos, a guy that, like we said before, 100% finished his goal. It was just a different version of him that was defeated. Because that Thanos that eventually got killed has a win over the Avengers.
Yeah.
Optimus stands there with his speeches, and again, I get a fucking hard on for them. I will jizz all over them speeches. Dude, like, again, he might not, ultimately, you could go to the end of it and might not win the fight. But just him stood there talking, we are not alone. And he Autobots out and you're like, oh my
But Thanos is so powerful.
Yeah, but don't worry about who would win in a fight. Just who's going to get you there to make you, I'm going to follow you. Like, Steven Gerrard, Lampard, captains of their teams.
Which one to
two
follow?
pitch?
Which one would you follow?
What, me?
Yeah.
Out of who's it again?
Are we undecided on this one? Oh, right, are we going to let Beal decide? Right, so it's Optimus Prime or Thanos.
Well, obviously, I'd choose Optimus because he's a good guy, isn't he?
Yeah, but do you think he's going to get the job done? Do you think he's going to inspire you?
He's got motivational speeches to make it go.
Motivational. Right, so it's Optimus.
Optimus and Batman.
Yeah. Optimus and Batman. See, I want to agree with you. I feel like Batman would eventually beat him in the end by some way, shape, or form. But
Yes, but
I'm going to go
Batman's
back
not
to it.
destructible though. He'll get shot down eventually.
Mate, you'd think so, wouldn't you? I want to say Batman so much because I think he would ultimately win, but I've said it so many times during this. I will die for that man's speeches, Optimus.
Well, we'll find out in the second film, and then I'll get back to you.
But no, I'm happy to say Optimus anyway. No, I think ultimately we're going to lose, but I am, like they said, you just want to die for the man.
Yeah.
Optimus is just such a fucking great leader. Not that one, that's a fucking spack. There you go, the best fictional leader character of all time is... Optimus.
Prime.
Way! Thank you, visuals. We'll get on with that ending now because we've got more to do. Thank you for listening. We'll give it on.
As always, love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
That's Chris's one.
See you later, guys.